Good evening. Hello. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Witching Forecast. Full moon blessings to you all. And so thank you for being with me here on this early evening. And what have you guys got planned for this wolf moon this evening? The very first full moon of the year. And kind of bringing us a little bit slowly out of that hibernation. It's interesting, because everyone's sort of talking about Blue Monday, and I was just like, you know what, I don't feel that actually today. So everyone's saying it's Blue Monday, and I painted something, I sketched something today, which was a really bright orange and really solar. So I was kind of maybe intuitively counteracting all this talk of a Blue Monday, because it's kind of becomes a kind of collective unconscious, doesn't it, as well? But yeah, full moon later, and that's all good. It's a really powerful thing. Wolf moon, ow! And yeah, our first full moon of the year. So I hope you're doing really well, and thanks for being here with me this Monday evening. We're going to go through on the 17th of January, on this full moon, we're going to go through the readings for the week through to the 23rd. So I hope that your beginnings of the years are going well. Cobweb's come in to say hello. Hi, Cobs. You say hello to your adoring fan. He says, no, I don't want herbal tea, Mummy. No, you can't have herbal tea. That's not very nice, is it? I mean, it is lovely. It is amazing herbal tea, actually. Cobweb is like, this is about me. But this herbal tea is called Odin's Journey, and it's from the Sons of Asgard in Glastonbury. And I do love their loose teas. I've got one called Freya's Love and Odin's Journey, Loki's Fire, which I haven't tried yet because that's going to be causing some trouble. Morrigan's Call. There's loads of them, and so if you're in Glastonbury, or you can look online. I'm not a paid advertisement. I just really like them. They're like my friends as well. So good tea, and they have my artwork in their shop, so even more of a win. But Odin's Journey. Hello, right. Cobby's here. He says, it's 5:09. Surely my dinner time soon. So before we get started on the cards for the week, just to let you guys know that I am running on Valentine's Day. Let's start a romantic year as we mean to continue Dragon's Awakening for this year. So we're going to connect on Valentine's Day, which is around next month's full moon. We're going to be beginning our Dragon's Awakening journey for the year. So if you would like to connect with the dragons over 8 weeks, I brought one of the guys down here to have a say hello, and also a dragon stick as well, to remind you all to connect with the dragons. But if you're interested in learning about the mythology and the folklore of the dragons, as well as working in ritual meditation and in everyday life connecting to the dragons, then this could well be a good course for you. It's lots of fun, and it begins on over 8 weeks, and you get videos, you get worksheets, and you get meditations. I've got some new content for this year for you as well. Craft projects. You can basically take it in any direction you like. If you want to look at it as a mainly kind of researching about the dragons, that's fine. If you actually want to connect with them and work with them, that's also amazing. The course holds for both. So yes, the link is, what's he up to now? The link is below this video, and you can go to my website, LauraRedWitch.com, and go to Awakening Courses if you would like to join. Yes, Amanda says she was in the Sons of Asgard yesterday and loved the incense. Yes. It's just how cute is this? Can we have a moment of how cute this is? Yeah, lovely boys in there, lovely shop, and my artwork too, all winning. Hi everybody, hello everyone that's just joined. And Marion says, my Monday in mountains of North Carolina, USA is white. I'm snowed in, but it's all good. Thanks. Oh, thank you. We haven't seen even one drop of snow down here in Glastonbury. I mean, we don't often, to be fair, but I just get very jealous of snow. You're probably like, no, Laura, we get enough. But happy wolf moon, happy full moon. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely evening. And yep, so Dragon's Awakening, come and join, come and get involved. I'd love to see you there. If you want to ask any questions, just drop me a line. And if you want your own reading, if you want your own personal reading, don't forget you are welcome to come over to our website and have your own reading with me, which specifically for whatever you want to look at. Okay, let's now continue. It looks really cute, but it's kind of hard to maneuver. Oh, but such good tea, like super good tea. I'm such a Yorkshire tea girl. I don't often drink loads of herbal tea. Very unspiritual, I know. But this stuff has definitely, and Freya's love, I just have to say, it's just the most beautiful tea I've ever tried. Anyway, does it snow in Sweden too? I bet it is. I wish you could all send me pictures. I just have big snow envy, really. So let's get moving. I found or rediscovered these cards that I've had for donkey's years. The Goddess Tarot, I think they're called. So I thought I might use them. I thought they were nice for this full moon in Cancer. I do have the Wildwood as well. So if anyone has a Wildwood urge, we can use that. But I just refound these and I thought, wow, full moon in the water sign of Cancer. I just love the Ace of Cups in that. Could be a really nice deck to connect with. Yorkshire is the best, absolutely. And Yorkshire tea, yeah. Nice snow in Washington, D.C. area. I bet there is. Everyone gets. Yeah, well, I hope you're all okay and it's not too crazy. Okay, let's have a look. Let's dig in, shall we? And look at, the readings for the week. Okay, full moon, 17th to the 23rd. This is for everybody. Let's have a look and see what's going on for everybody. Okay. Oh, ooh, my sound effects. So I pulled two, as I even planned to. And we have the major arcana in this deck are goddesses, whereas the minor arcana are not, but they're based on different mythological sort of stories. So I won't pronounce this one of them, but we've got Kuan Yin, and this is the sacrifice. It's called Sacrifice. Kuan Yin is a goddess of compassion. So you've got, it's number 12. So we know that is which card, everybody? Which card is number 12? It is the Hanged Man, traditionally. And is it a surprise that we've got this card when we have all the retrogrades? I haven't mentioned that, have I, yet today? All the retrogrades. I know everyone's talking about it, so it doesn't really need mentioning. Everyone's aware that it is Mercury retrograde. It has hit this week in Aquarius, I think. But also Venus is in a retrograde, I think. So there's still quite a lot. I think it's coming out of retrograde soon, Venus, but it's quite a lot going on. So I like this in this deck, the Hanged Man card being sacrifice and Kuan Yin being the god, I hope you can see there, the goddess of compassion. Hey, Cobweb. He says, I'm not sacrificing my dinner for anyone. The goddess of compassion. This is, what do you need to give up? What do you need to step back on? What do you need to give to receive what it is you're wanting to? And if this is traditionally the Hanged Man card, then, this is perfect that for this time, for this astrological moment where we are being held back a bit. We're not able to go forward in the ways in which we'd like, or if we do, then there are other holdups in the way. I don't know if you guys have been, look at Cobweb's bottom here. I don't know if other if other people have already experienced some delays, setbacks, confusion, weirdness around Mercury retrograde, but it can be a really interesting way to see it with this Kuan Yin card. Look at it. Yes, there we go. Where it's about, okay, what do we need to change? What do we need to release? And maybe in a way, offering it to Kuan Yin, offering it to the goddess, or a different goddess, if that's how you work, could be a really, really good idea. So instead of thinking, oh my God, I'm just stuck and it's very confusing, it could be, okay, I'm offering this situation up to the goddess for the highest outcome, or I give up control with this, I surrender, but I offer this up. Or if there's something you need to give up, you say, well, I'm surrendering this so that I can follow, so I can follow the path that I wish to follow. It could be, I think there's a really conscious energy with this, rather than Hanged Man's usually like, the Hanged Man is usually like, we're just stuck and we're kind of thinking, oh gosh, when's it going to change, or what am I stuck here for? There's a real sense of giving here, releasing, shifting energy. But what we also have is the 3, which is fertility, which is the Empress card traditionally. Nalia, I'm so sorry, I have not pronounced that correctly at all. I won't even try. But yeah, so traditionally the Empress, bringing fertility to the land. So through giving up something which we've perceived that we have to follow through holding back when we want to charge forward, we actually find the bliss and the joy and the creativity and the success. So giving up something this week, or letting it go, or changing, saying, well, I cannot push forward on this right now. Kuan Yin, it is so much with self-compassion as well. So what I think is really important with this is kind of not only having compassion for other people, which could be running short this week. You know what Mercury retrogrades are, full moons, all these things going on. You know, our compassion for other people, our patience is generally short. We can get a bit snappy, we can think the worst, we can get into a bit of a stuck state of mind. And there is a real sense of self-compassion, honoring the self, being gentle, and also honoring other people as well. So there may be releasing this week, there may be a giving up of something in order to receive. What would that be for you? Maybe it's control, maybe it's releasing some grief, maybe it's knowing that if you want to follow this path, there is something that will have to change now. What do you think? Do you think so? Yeah, Copy agrees. But through doing that, you create fertility. If, you know, there is something here of making space for the new as well. Nothing can grow if it's completely exhausted land. So giving something a rest, giving something space feels very important. The Empress, the fertility card, is one of my favorites. It is beautiful. So Venus, which is this, the goddess of love, the goddess of beauty and the land, will be blessing certain things in your life. Maybe it's time to go into that gentler space. We are in the full moon in Cancer. That is the goddess, the divine feminine, going into that space of healing, of gentleness, of self-nurture, self-compassion. So maybe stop pushing yourself like, I've got to achieve this at the moment, or okay, I'm on my January mission, I've got to do all these things. Maybe give yourself the gentleness, the rest, the time out, to allow the natural flow, to allow the land, which is you and your life, to regenerate in its own time. I just feel there's such a softness and a real truth, you know, to this. Softness doesn't mean it's not true. If we can be soft with ourselves and take a gentler view, we usually get to the right answer. You know, just have a little bit of self-compassion, take a step back, give up something, a belief, kind of something that's been holding us back, a situation which has been driving us forward but hasn't got us anywhere. Let it go for the moment and see where the land lies. There is such beauty and growth coming in. So yes, beauty and abundance and so much flow. So sacrifice, maybe meditate tonight with Kuan Yin, this energy of what are we going to release? What are we going to let go of? What feels right to put down at this time? And then see what projects and dreams can be nurtured with that energy. So it feels like a really big, lovely energy this week. And I just, you know, usually it's got quite a harsh energy, but Kuan Yin just brings such gentle compassion and truth. So this could be something that's really, 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 really strong. So see what you guys are saying. Good afternoon, good morning. Mindfulness, compassion, informed by wisdom, and the effect on helping others free from ego. Well, that sounds amazing. Mindfulness, compassion, and yes, it's almost discharging, disconnecting from the collective buzz, especially around the full moon and all the retrogrades and the anger and the frustration. So kind of disconnecting from that. And I like that, helping others free from ego. Isabel, sorry, it was only 6 p.m. last week. It's still 5 p.m. normally. Just last week I was later for some reason. I can't even remember last week. I can't even remember what happened last week, why I was 6 p.m. But I think I was out exploring caves or something like that. Anyway, yes, and Visabel sent some. Thank you so much for your feedback about last week. I've not had a chance to reply yet, but thank you so much for your feedback about last week's forecast. It was really beautiful, and the full moon picture, the moon picture sent me was amazing. But I was obviously, as normal, about 10 minutes late, so you've only missed about 10 minutes, so it's okay. Whistler, letting go of fear was the key for me today, and reminding myself that good things will come. I think you just basically illustrated those two cards. You know, letting go of this burden that you're carrying or the fear that you're carrying, to remind yourself that good things will come, and they're already there. They're under the ground. What I like about this fertility card is the good things are already nurtured. They're seeds. They just need a little bit of love and a bit of the right timing, and they will blossom. goddess Shofin. So I'm really bad at pronouncing names sometimes, as we can tell. Yep, exactly. We've got lots of goddess energy coming in through this week. So beautiful energy. And also because of these, we can actually work with these goddesses in meditation. That might work for us today or tonight. I would say very much Kuan Yin would be a beautiful goddess to connect with in meditation and any rituals. And and to allow that process of release compassionately. I was just talking to this just now in a group that we have about, just kind of this self-flagellating need to do things a certain way, and it doesn't inspire any good, does it? It doesn't inspire any joy. It inspires, and actually I will quote, this is Megan Rose, so do check out her rune reports and her rune website. It's absolutely amazing. And we were just talking about, she was saying, I think she got it from somewhere else, that she was talking about discipline, and instead of being a discipline, of being a disciple of the things that you love. And I was like, oh, I love that. I really enjoyed that energy. It was more beautiful than the harshness of discipline. Being a disciple of what is sacred to you, then you shift the energy that you want to give and you want to do this. But if you're, for me anyway, if I get a bit caught up in, I have to do this, it just kills that creativity. It makes you feel guilty. Okay, so I have not picked up my animal cards. They are just over there, but I will leave that. I'll leave that because we've got the goddess energy to work with. So I'm going to leave those cards without the animal card this week because you have the two goddess energies here that we're going to work with. So any goddess that you connect with that is representing the mother goddess, fertility, or Venusian energy of the land and of fertility and of birth. I would say this will come later in the week. It feels now we are dealing with that full moon moment of compassionate release, and what do we want to sacrifice in our lives? What are we going to? What are we willing to sacrifice to get to where we need to be? Anyway, I'm pulling up the Wildwood actually for a minute to start through our Wheel of the Year. So last week of Capricorn being the last week of being in Capricorn, and let's have a look and see what's going on with this Capricorn energy. So, I mean, even though I didn't pull an animal card today, with the Wildwood Tarot, we get animal energies coming through so that you can actually work with those within your week or within your journeys and meditations, or just think about that when you're processing the week. So for Capricorns, I think the bear seems so apt. I don't know if any Capricorns really relate to bear energy, but I feel, I know the goat is Capricorn, but there is that deep winter cave and coming out into that, and bringing this power and this strength. I really like this because, like, the sun's coming out. It's like the return. I mean, you could see it as the sun going down or the sun coming up, but it means that shift of seasons, that turning, that changing. And I feel like this is that liminal card. The Queen of Stones, the Queen of Pentacles. We've, traditionally, the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Earth. She's the Queen of Abundance, Queen of the Land. She is water. Queen is in the tarot. The Queen is water, of Earth. Land. So it is nurturing your projects, nurturing your goals. And I think in this deck, having the bear gives that extra power that we are such an integral and powerful part of the land, and protecting fiercely that which you wish to nurture, and using the strength of the bear to be more fearless as you move forward with your projects, with your goals, or with your abundance, or your homemaking, or your decisions. And if that decision right now is to hibernate, then that's okay too, because the bear says so. It's all right to hibernate. It's all right to have that dreaming, that deep dreaming, and bringing those, I almost feel at the moment like she's looking out and going, is it time to come up yet? Not quite. That feeling of she's not charging out into the winter sun. She's not being fooled that the season's turned. So there is that sense of being with your own cycle, being with your own rhythm, really tapping into that deep mama bear or papa bear energy, standing strong in your deep wisdom, your power, and your connection to the land. And there is this claiming an ownership over yours and your land and your worth and your, home and your children and your projects, or whatever it is. There's a real sense of being in your power with that, doing the rock stance. We're kind of going to some power ballads, being in your power with that. So beautiful card. I think it's very, I feel very Capricorn around that. And Isabel says, happy full moon to you, and it's your birthday on Wednesday. Brilliant. Happy birthday. The 40s are the best, so you're absolutely fine with that one. Welcome almost to the naughty 40s, I think. Ooh, cards are flying out everywhere, and they are for you for your birthday. Rest and recharge, because new projects are coming. So literally they flew out. I was talking about your birthday, Isabel. So rest, recharge. The butterfly comes from the resting season. New starts, new energies are coming up for you. Okay, saying to the Mother of the Earth. Oh yes, Mother Earth prayer. Yeah, amazing. Perfect to do tonight for the full moon. Diana says, I feel like it's been a while since the energy of the bear. Me too. I totally feel that as well. And it may be, and that's interesting as well. The energy of the bear hasn't come up for a while, but in this deck, it's almost like she's looking out of the cave saying, do I come back yet? So there is something of an emergence of that energy. Tracy, hi Tracy, says, I enjoy watching the forecast from Barnesville, Georgia, USA. Oh, thank you. Welcome from America. It's lovely to have people from all over the globe. It makes me very happy. Okay, right. That's Capricorn, Queen Bear. Okay. You see, Vanessa means butterfly. Boom. Well, your rest allow the butterfly to be transformed. Love it. Okay, moving on to Aquarius, Team Aqua. And I always say, do not forget to check your moon and rising sign. Always good to know your top three. If you haven't seen this before, your sun is, your you in life. It's how you move forward. It's your kind of essence, really. Your moon can be how you are on the quiet, what you are emotionally, how you are at home, your preferences for certain things. When you kind of, it's a very private, but how you live your home life and how you emotionally deal with things can be, not always, but there's a little bit, it will influence how you emotionally deal with things. And then you have your rising sign, your ascendant, which is it is how you are seen, how you present yourself to the world. Sometimes it can affect how you physically look as well. So your rising sign is often how people's first impressions of you can be, and it'll be what they see, how you act, how you connect with people. So yeah, we have the card for Aquarius. Again, we've got some powerful stuff coming through. The World Tree. So last week we got a lot of very big major arcana cards, and I'm interested to see how your weeks were. Did you have a epiphany kind of week? Was it a healing week? Was it a transformative week? Well, for Aquarians this week, you are at this place of closure, beginnings, blossoming, endings, releasing, understanding. You're just blooming enlightened this week, Aquarians. And I love the fact this is mystery, the labyrinth, that the journey of the labyrinth often takes you to the deepest part of your soul. So there's a journey within and without. As every season moving, and you're going into the tree to discover the next step of your journey. So the World Tree is every chapter, every leaf, every lesson. It's come to this point, and this feels to be a transformative week for you. Doesn't mean you have to do everything this week. Again, doesn't mean you have to make big decisions this week, but there should be a tide as we're going into your sign. This makes sense because it's endings and beginnings, but not in a dramatic way. You've been through the drama. Like the World card or the World Tree is not a drama card, unless it's drama being on stage. It is, you've done that. The understanding of the endings and the blessings, you'll feel grateful and blessed, and you'll feel like there's so many opportunities for you. And if you are struggling with that right now, then practice that gratitude for your path so far. Look for the opportunities, but really be blessed for everything that you've received, because there are big new changes coming, Aquarius. And as the sun enters your sign at the end of the week, then you will really maybe have this new lease of life moving you forward. So that's very nice. One of the best cards in the deck for lovely Aquarians. And then we're going to move forward. It's a noisy cup of tea. And look at Pisces. Team Pisces. Let's have a look for you guys and see what's coming up. Okay. I'm going to pull the card because, okay, they're not bad. They are not bad, actually. It's just, we kind of want to see what we can do to get us out of this mode. 4 of Vessels, 4 of Cups traditionally. Boredom, so bored, just so bored. 4 is that structure. 4 is the walls, 4 is the square. And that is good for earth in a way, or it's good for fire. I think fire is very happy with the 4. And swords can chill with the 4. Pentacles is strong with the 4, but sometimes a bit too boundaried. But cups, water is like a swimming pool that you've left the water in and it's gone a bit stagnant. That's basically it, water needs to move, needs to flow. So in that way, this card is really fairly easily, addressed. It's things, emotions have got stuck and flat. And any feelings of lethargy or just emotional, being uninspired, or bored, or feeling that you're almost wasting your time with certain things, or I can really stay with the situation for so long that when you can just wait for something and it just doesn't happen, but you're just used to waiting, so you just keep on waiting and you end up here, if not worse, with that. But this is okay. It's kind of the first warning that we're being too stagnant with something. Something does need to shift. And that shifting could be, I'm going to dance, I'm going to move, I'm going to do a ritual to cleanse old emotions, I'm going to drink lots of water, I'm going to see the blessings in my day-to-day life. That will be probably more than enough to make everything okay. But it could be looking at what's holding me here, what's keeping me stuck, what emotion is not flowing. And when I looked at that, Page of Arrows, so the Page of Swords, there's a sense of new ideas that need to come through, even if they feel threatening at first. For example, and I've known this in my life ever. So you really like someone and you wait and you wait and you hold on, It's not happening. It's not going to happen. But you hold on, because then you get too afraid to move because you're thinking, but I've invested so much in this. Moving away from it feels like a waste. And then there's ideas, or maybe your friends are talking to you and they're saying, actually, no, what you're holding on to, it's making you feel stuck. It would be good to try new things and think a bit differently. And that could feel threatening sometimes because you've kind of invested on something. But actually listening to those little voices that say, you know what, think of something different, try a different path. Even if it's really hard, just choose that different step today and do something for you, move forward. Suddenly you have the Kingfisher, which is the King of Arrows, the not King of Swords, which is focus, direction, and movement. So you could feel a bit of a kick from the universe to get you on a new path, but it will be worth it because it will move things forward. So I hope that made sense, lovelies. And it's all right. 4 of Cups isn't that bad. It's just that feeling of stuckness that we don't want to get too stuck in. Okay. So moving on to Aries. Let's see what we have for our lovely Aries. Team Aries, what's coming up? Oh, nice. Oh, yes. So from what I recall, it was Ace of Cups last week for Aries, wasn't it? And it's the Ace of Arrows this week for Aries. So that fresh energy is still continuing. Ace of Arrows is Ace of Swords, and I love it. This often comes up a lot, I think, when we use this deck, because I'm often always going about the Uffington White Horse in Wiltshire, and this is beautiful, really kind of dragony horse, chalk horse on the hills, and it's underneath this is Dragon Hill, and you've got what's it called? My brain is totally melted. Never mind. The Long Barrow. Wayland Smithy's Long Barrow. Sorry, my brain totally melted. Wayland Smithy Long Barrow close by. So it's real ritual landscape, and you've got this amazing horse. And the eye of this horse, which is here demonstrated here, is really a power spot. And you can kind of sit on there or be near it and just feel really inspired and energized. And that's the energy this week of like alignment, power to your thoughts, power to your vision, feeling excited, energized about something that you want to do, say, create, put out there. It feels like focus your intentions this week. The eye of the horse, not tiger, but release that energy and you are in a good way. The Page of Bows also came out, so playfulness is king. And that really works the lightness of the aces, like lightness, playfulness will create a lot for you this week. So that's very nice. And thank you, John. Hope you're good. Sky Garden Tarot says your forecast are quickly becoming a staple in my routine, darling. Full moon blessings, you gorgeous witchy souls. And to you too, thank you for being here, and I'm glad. And happy full moon. I'm going to go out for a wander in a minute and have a look at the full moon when it's rising. Okay, let's have a look and see. Moving forward to Taurus, Team Taurus. Taurus rising, Taurus moon, Taurus sun, obviously. This is so Taurian. You have it is one of the cards of the week. Obviously, I was using the other deck for the cards of the week, the fertility goddess. But you've got number 3 here, the Green Woman, which is the Wildwood Tarot's version of the fertility goddess, the Green Woman. I love her. She's kind of really rocking it, isn't she? She's kind of voluptuous and, you know, having that cauldron. She's actively creating the magic and the life in the land. Vitality, success, creativity, love, that feeling of things blossoming, flowing, and coming together. That is what's coming up for you, and feels so good and so right. So brightness, lightness, success. I want you to, Taurians, Taurus sun, moon, and rising, channel the energy of the green goddess, the green woman, the feminine fertility aspect of the land. You're the shooting a gig there on the cauldron. There's quite a lot of cathedrals and churches in the UK with shooting the gigs. I don't know if you guys around the world have got these, but yeah, this kind of character holding her vagina open. And I love the fact that they're in cathedrals and churches. The original Christianity and the original stonemasons still brought in those aspects of paganism and of the land into these churches. And you can see these creatures, fabulous women with their big vaginas open. Great. I love how I just start your week with these kind of conversations. I bet you really just makes your day, doesn't it? But yeah, these beautiful fertility goddesses, really powerful fertility goddesses are prevalent in churches. And yeah, fertility, power, passion, flow, fullness. It's a full moon tonight. This is a sense of fullness for my Taurian friends out there. And it's a beautiful, large, low full moon here in Ilfracombe. Oh, I love, brilliant. I need to come down to Ilfracombe soon. I've not been for. I love it down there. And yes, full moon beautifulness and loving that fertility energy. Yep. So yeah, you got the fertility for your Taurus rising. Yep, this is totally the energy for Taurians this week. And it you know, the Green Woman, the fertility goddess, the Empress is ruled by Venus. So in the tarot, traditionally, you always see the Venusian symbol. And Taurians, you're ruled by Venus. So this should be a very powerful week. I love it. Vagina, say it loud and proud. Yes, absolutely. I wish, yeah, absolutely. Happy full moon, guys. Okay, so let's have a look and see for our lovely Geminis. A squeak because I couldn't remember which star sign came next. Geminis. Okay, let's have a look for lovely Geminis. Oh, look at you guys. This is one we'd like for the week. I adore the 10 of Cups in this deck. I mean, everyone loves the 10 of Cups. Like, what's not to love? 10 of Vessels in this deck is called Happiness. But in this deck, I mean, I love a waterfall. So, yeah. It's going to bring joy. But also, this is full moon in the water sign of Cancer. Emotions overflowing, but they're, you know, be open to good things. Be open to blessings, to joy. Be open to love. Be open to things working out well for you. Even if they haven't been. Like, even, that's the biggest test of everything, isn't it? When things have gone harsh, you know, for a while, but having that sense of hope and belief that things can shift, they can turn around, and be open to the blessings coming through. Because the 10 of Cups, I quite like it because, well, I love it. Let's not even quite like, but you know, in the Smith-Waite deck, you have the 10 of Cups, the family. They're not the poshest. They haven't got the best clothes. They've probably been through a lot. But the sense of joy is even stronger because of that. And I feel that 10 of Cups for you guys. What they always say, without a rainbow, you can't have the rainbow even. And this is just a flow of emotion that can well be a blessing, a real blessing. So yeah, absolutely powerful. Happy ever after feelings, emotion flowing, just moments of bliss, really, Gemini. Amazing. Hi there, Magpie, sorry. Diane says, my friend used this deck for a reading and she pulled the Green Woman in regards to my choice about taking holistic sex course. Perfect. The course turned out to be right for me, but the Green Woman has powerful energy. Not right for me, sorry. Not true. No, exactly. Even if that wasn't the right thing, it was maybe exploring it in some way was the blessing, or going down your own path with that. Okay, right. Moving forward, we have Cancerian. So it's your guys' full moon. So if you are Cancer moon, this could be one that really will work with you today. Yeah. Okay. So for all Cancerians out there, let's have a look. Ooh. Ooh. Look how excited I'm getting. We had the green woman for Taurus. For Cancer, we have the green man. Oh, it just feels good, doesn't it? Does it feel this divine union, this absolute like sacred marriage and fertility of the land and fertility of the spirit? So we had the green woman with her cauldron, and now we have the green man with his cauldron and his horn of plenty. So I can think of Dagda, the good god, with his cauldron, of never, it just fed everybody, and this sense of abundance and land. In traditional tarot, of course, this is the emperor. I'm just looking at this. It's a bit like the Gunderstruck cauldron a little bit in the illustrations. You've got an eagle there, and in the background you have the long man of Wilmington there. I think long man of. Oh, I do have a week, don't I? I always forget where he's from. I've been there. The long man of. Anyway, yeah. We've got this. Okay, well, the cauldron is such a symbol, isn't it? It's fire and water, and it is. This is the fire that's bubbling up the creativity, the passion, the life force. It is time to take action, Cancerian. You may feel more comfortable with the green woman, Cancerians, but this is the strong, warm structure, the power, the drive to move forward, the fertility, the blessing. I think it's a hugely sacred card and just really an exciting energy this week. We've got these kind of contrasts there working together. So this is such a powerful week for you. You will probably feel inspired, passionate. You'll want to make decisions that are strong for you. You want to take a stand for things that are important in your life. You will want to take charge of situations when you can and create power and magic in your life. There, Wilmington. I did say Wilmington. I got it right the first time. Thank you. I just don't know why I doubted myself, because usually I get it wrong. That's why I doubted myself. Thank you. But yes, your favorite card of the Green Man. Absolutely. What a beautiful, powerful, passionate card we have for all of you Cancerians. It says we've got a double Taurian and a floristry exam tomorrow. Perfect. The green woman for you with your floristry exam. Any Cancerians that are driving with passion forward in their projects and dreams at the moment, this is a beautiful, gorgeous card. So much of the root on the floor. And I'm glad I used this deck, actually. It feels, it feels strong. So Magpie Spirit, is he still in his Holly King phase? No, he won't be, actually. I always get confused time of year for a minute, but no, it's at the winter solstice. So at the summer solstice, the Holly King and the Oak King have their fight, and it is the Holly King that wins. So even though we're still in that summer vibe, the Holly King is in power, in charge, is still the strong spirit, and the spirit of the Oak wanes. But the winter solstice, so 21st of December, they had a rematch, and it was the Oak that won. So actually the power of the Oak is growing at the moment until the summer solstice. Okay, let's get rocking with our lovely Leos. Lovely Leos, let's have a look for you guys. Celebrate, my friends, celebrate. Get the fire going. Okay, if you can tonight or over this week, really take that time to have that hearth fire going, to toast things that are important for you in your life, to be in the moment, not in what you're going to do for work tomorrow or what's going on here, but in that powerful moment of celebration. The Eight of Bows is the Eight of Wands traditionally. Through these moments of communion, of gratitude, of connection, of celebration, and of camaraderie, really, so much will come. So much joy, so much more opportunities. If you're kind of like, no, I'm going to go solo and put my head down and just try and do all the things, then I feel like you might end up flat and not feeling great. But if you take that time to play, to connect, to celebrate with maybe friends or just with the gods, just allow people in that way. There'll be something really good to celebrate this week, I think, as well for you guys. But there'll be more achievements coming from that. And the connections you're making at the moment will lead on to bigger and better and brighter things. So beautiful sense of community with who you truly want to be. Oh, that's perfect, Patricia. Leo moon, having a fire pit in the garden tonight to celebrate the full moon. I love that. I wish I could have a fire pit, but I can't. But I absolutely love that completely, and wonderful. Celebrate your achievements, and more achievements will come. Celebrate where you are right now and be open to more things coming. Take a moment to toast your tea, your mead, your wine, your beer, your juice, your water, and more beauty will come from that. Yes. Let's have a look. Visabel says, amazing, my Leo man's got a new job today. Perfect. Reason to celebrate. Perfect. Completely. Enjoy, guys. Leos. Virgo. Team Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you. Team Virgo. It's all about the fires and celebrations. Look. Guys, this fire's got to be excitable. But I'm still seeing this divine masculine and feminine. I've shuffled and therefore probably won't be able to find the card we had just now. But the hearth fire, the 8 of bows, was men celebrating. It was the masculine. It was with, this is the feminine mysteries of celebration. And that is for, male, female, or whichever gender you do and don't connect with. It is the feminine mysteries that you will be celebrating, the passions. The 4 of bows is Venusian as well as Aries. So you've got literally Venusian, Aries. And I love this card. And it is just very sexy, very passionate, very powerful. They've got their bows. There's a real lovely harmony, a bit like we had with Taurus and Cancer, of masculine and feminine, just this divine second marriage and this passion and creativity moving forwards in such a wonderful way. This is really celebrating in a more, I guess, in a more literal sense, actually, because the four of bows is that achievement, that passion, that connection that you are celebrating. Whereas I felt with the Leos, it's more like just wherever you are at life right now, through this celebration, you'll kind of attract more. This is an absolute soulful celebration of connection and of love and of passion. And yeah, definitely a theme of duality. And I was just thinking as I was saying that, you've got the Taurus, which is more of the bull kind of energy, isn't it? It's the bull. But Taurus had the green woman. So even within Taurus, you have that, that duality. And Cancerian, which is more of the feminine, the moon, had the green man. So within that is that duality. So something very interesting kind of just going on. And Virgo, yeah. Virgo, and just enjoy. There is some love. You might fall in love this week. You might sell your house, have a party, celebrate an anniversary, a birthday. It won't be a birthday because it's not Virgo time, but it's somebody else's birthday. But there is this pure sense of, even if it's, of just burning your old papers and just going, I am now in the present, I'm dancing in this moment. So much coming from it. I just really love this energy. Definitely sense of duality. Angela said, what was Capricorn? Do I remember? Can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember what it was. It might hope. Does anybody else remember what Capricorn was? Isabel, do you remember what Capricorn was? Because it's your birthday. Anyone else remembers what Capricorn was? Because my brain's gone, yeah, I remember. No, I don't. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so moving forward, the bear. Thank you, brain. Hive mind brain. So yes, Angela. Thank you, Isabel. The Queen of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles traditionally, and the bear, it was the bear, the powerful bear was the symbol of that. There we go. Thank you, team. Right, and moving forward to Libra. Lovely Librans. Let's have a look. Oh, so cute. You're going to play. You're going to dip your toe in the water. You're going to have fun. The Page of Vessels is the Page of Cups traditionally, or the Princess of Cups, and it is the otter in this deck. So I've had a couple of animals coming out. As we know, and as we always mention when the otter comes up, they learn through play. They hone their hunting through play. They're the most playful and lovely sort of energy, but it is successful. And that is the medicine, the blessing that they bring to you, Librans, this week. Librans who are often in their head, thinking of all the things they need to do and to get right and do this and be fair. And it's almost like putting that to one side and allowing the heart and the inner child that wants to splash and that wants to kick a puddle and, take a day off into the woods and not to go to work, whatever, to write a poem, to get a crush on someone, to, take that leap of faith in some really joyful way. The Page of Vessels, the Otter, is saying, come on then, let's go. No time to waste. You'll be braver than you know if you have fun with it. If it comes oh God, I've got to do this, then it will just shut you down. But if you have fun and you join this flow, this play, then you will make more progress. You will take bigger leaps and enjoy the splash. Right, let's have a look for Scorpio. Team Scorpio, let's have a look for you guys. Okay. Woo! Intense. You guys can handle it, you think? You know what's going to come up. You know it. So is a Death card, the Journey. 8 of Arrows came up before that. But then the final one is the 5 of Cups, which in this deck is not dark. It's actually really, very, very powerful and joyful. It's called Ecstasy. So you've really gone for those Scorpio extremes this week because you may have felt blocked recently. You may have been struggling against a situation that has been hard to resolve, hard to work out, and you might be putting yourself through it a little bit, or felt that others are putting on you. It's kind of a gross image, but it's very important. The picking of the last meat off the bones of the skull is necessary. Otherwise, what happens. It gets rotty and manky. Then things need to be clean and clear and crisp. And the Raven is this kind of gateway of transformation. So you go from this, you clear that Scorpios, I would say tonight or when you can, do a big ceremony of release. Clear that meat from the bones. Get rid of that situation or that thought or those issues. It's time to surrender that. We had the sacrifice card at the beginning. It is time to really go, this is now looked at, it's dealt with, and it's gone. And then you're going to be as light as a feather. You have the ecstasy, you have the joy, you have the balance. You're going to dance it out and feel this freedom and joy that you haven't felt maybe for a very long time. So through this transformation, you are going to access deep joy, deep magic, and deep wisdom, and you'll be able to manifest the things you want in your life. If you've been trying to make changes recently, Scorpios, and it just has been stuck, it's because there was something that needed clearing to lighten things up to be able to move you forward. And you're doing that tonight or this week. No pressure, obviously. Okay, moving forward to our Sagittarians, the last one of this week. Team Saggy. Oh, nice. Foxy Muck Foxerson. Love him. The Knight of Bows, Knight of Wands. Look at him peering out from the trees. He's like smiling. He's got a smiley foxy face. He's smiling. Joyful mission with the fox and the sun rising behind him. He is the when you see a fox darting across a field and he's like this russet red color. It's like this flash of fire, this flash of life. Channel that energy this week. Be quick, be passionate, go for it. Sagittarians, you should be good at that. Like, it is what you're good at, but it's like trusting your intuition this week, that that it's time to make the move. It's time to do this. Don't overthink it. Don't go, yeah, I'd like to, but it's like, if it feels right, if you've really got that intuition, then tune into the fox energy, who are clever, who are sharp, who go when they know it's right. They test and they're kind of brave in that way. So take that big step. Be that russet flame going across the fields, darting towards your goal. With the bows, it is wands. So this is passion, it's creativity. Create that thing. Do that thing that's important to you. Tell that person, save the world. This is such a beautiful energy to go and follow your heart. Go for it. Do it. This week. Not next week, not last week. Now, go for it. So thank you. I love that energy. And Miriam, I thought you said my hat's awesome, but I don't think you meant I haven't got a hat on. But that's awesome, I think is meant, obviously. But I quite like that your hat's awesome. My psychic hat. You can relate to that. Absolutely. Predictive text. I totally said it. Yeah, I'm glad you Scorpios are okay with that, because it was the one intense one of everything this week. But I think big magic can be created from that transformation. So release. Okay, so with that, we finish the week's forecast. Thank you as ever so much for being here with me. Absolute pleasure to have you here every week, and really, well, it'd be a bit boring if you weren't, really, wouldn't it? But happy full moon. Enjoy the energy. Remember that there was that compassion that came at the beginning with Kuan Yin, that sense of, yes, it's release. Yes, it's letting go, but please don't beat yourself up or give yourself a hard time. It's self-compassion, self-nurture, and with others as well. And as soon as you've released that, I feel like the flowers or the energy will just rise. So loads of love to you all. Have a wonderful full moon. Take care, and I'll see you all next week. All the best. Bye. Or Dragon's Awakening. Come and join. Come and join the fun. See you guys later.